Everyone has to focus. Denis Villeneuve shares one set ban with Christopher Nolan while filming a movie. Denis Villeneuve revealed that he bans the use of cell phones on the sets of his movies, just like Christopher Nolan. Villeneuve and Nolan are two of the most critically acclaimed filmmakers of the 21st century. In some ways, Villeneuve and Nolan are very similar filmmakers since their movies tend to be very epic in scope. Denis Villeneuve's best movies include Prisoners, Sicario, Arrival, Blade Runner 2049, and both of his Dune films. The exceptional ratings that all these movies have achieved are a result of complete dedication from Villeneuve and his entire crew. To ensure everyone remains focused on the sets of his films, Villeneuve told the Los Angeles Times that he bans the use of cell phones. The director explained that filmmaking is a collaborative process and stated that it is important for all members of the crew to be present and not distracted. Read Villeneuve's full quotes below. Cinema is an act of presence. When a painter paints, he has to be absolutely focused on the color he's putting on the canvas. It's the same with the dancer when he does a gesture. With a filmmaker, you have to do that with a crew, and everybody has to focus and be entirely in the present, listening to each other, being in relationship with each other. So cell phones are banned on my set too, since day one. It's forbidden. When you say cut, you don't want someone going to his phone to look at his Facebook account. He also reacted to the debunked story that Nolan also banned chairs on his sets, and admitted that he and his Dune cinematographer Greig Fraser actually decided never to sit while filming those movies. Read his comment below. I had not heard that, but when I did Blade Runner, I had a back problem because I was sitting a lot. So for the Dune movies, my cinematographer, Greig Fraser, and I decided to stand, to have minimal footprints so we could be flexible and go fast, to keep the blood flowing to be awakened. No chairs for us. Maybe for the producers at the Video Village. While directors often seek out new technologies to tell their stories, many have acknowledged that cell phones can be very distracting on movie sets. Nolan has perhaps been the most outspoken filmmaker against cell phones. Christopher Nolan actually doesn't even own a smartphone and doesn't allow crew members to use their phones while working on the sets of his movies. Nolan has argued that cell phones are far too distracting and prevent the crew from working to the best of their ability. Not allowing cell phones on set results in exceptional movies like Inception, Interstellar, and Oppenheimer. In addition to Nolan's impressive filmography, the aforementioned Villeneuve movies are all incredible, which suggests that being away from their phones does boost the productivity and creativity of crew members. Therefore, Villeneuve and Nolan's no cell phone rule does not seem unreasonable. Clearly, the rules that both Denis Villeneuve and Christopher Nolan put in place on their sets work out, as almost all their movies are critically acclaimed. While a lot of people are relying on their cell phones, it is healthy practice to separate from them so that they can fully immerse themselves in a project. Therefore, it is probably satisfying for crew members in Villeneuve and Nolan movies to separate themselves from their phones and fully focus on the movie being made.